I loved theater, man. I loved
Makes sense,
it.
it sounds like.
Yeah, I started doing theater when I was about 10. Loved theater. I loved, at the time, tap dancing was a huge passion of mine.
Fun.
Yeah, and
A couple of guys that tap danced in my high school were just studs, I felt like.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not where I'm from. Because once I got to high
if you tap dance, you're out of there.
yeah, well, once I got to Pittsburgh, that's when everything really changed for me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, once I got to Pittsburgh, it was like, I feel like because I quit theater in high school because I just got tired of being made fun of for it.
Oh, you were so it was sort of a pariah in North Carolina, the theater department. People were making fun of it.
In
It
Pittsburgh,
wasn't.
not North Carolina. This is in Pittsburgh at this point.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were doing it there in Pittsburgh, and then people were making fun of you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For sure. In high school, and like you're in high school, and you're like, oh, you're so. It's so easy to affect you at that age, and so I remember just like not realizing. I feel like nobody thought it was uncool in elementary school and middle school,
Right?
And then I got to high school, and it was like theater was just uncool, and that affected me because at that point I was a follower or whatever, and yeah, I was like, oh, people are making fun of me for fuck this. I'm not going to do this anymore. This is uncool. I thought this was all right. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I always even through high school when I wasn't doing it, I didn't really have that creative outlet that as an adult I realized I really need.
Yeah.
And I think that was a part of me acting out in high school and me because in high school I, turned into not a awful person, but definitely stressed my parents out a lot.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
In sort of more mischievous stuff or more troublemaking?
You could use that word criminal again. Yeah.
What was your low point? Or I went high, but what was your low point?
My low point, oh, Jesus. My low point was I got arrested 3 times in 1 month was my low point.
Jeez.
Yeah.
For... what are we talking here?
For a few different things. Shoplifting was one.
It's a classic, though.
That's classic.
Harmless.
Yeah, harmless. One was a couple weeks after shoplifting, I got arrested for the charges were malicious destruction of private property and possession of a concealed deadly weapon.
Oh, jeez.
And then 2 weeks after that, I got a DUI and possession of marijuana.
No.
Yeah.
Jeez. And this is why do you think this was? Just because you were sort of left your passion behind and were trying to find something new, or
no? It wasn't just that. I mean, it was a lot of things. I think that I don't know. I think that my therapist and I have talked about this before. I think that just I came from a very chaotic background. A lot of addiction in my family, and my mom was really sick growing up. She was in a wheelchair, and just I think it was. I just think it was the results of being a kid and having a lot of chaos around you, and not having developed the mechanisms yet to properly deal with them. So instead, you go and you rebel and you hang out with bad people and, that sort of stuff.
Are you hanging out with kids in your high school? Or are you hanging out with older people or what?
A little bit of both. Mainly kids in my high school, but I went through a period where I hung out with a little bit of older people that I worked with that were drug dealers and bad people. Yeah.
Were you wealthy as a child? Not at all. It seems like your dad
Not even close.
Really?
Yeah. No, because my dad was a psychologist, not a psychiatrist. And the difference there is huge in terms of pay. And my mom was in a wheelchair, so she hadn't nursed in. I mean, she in 91 was when she got hurt, and so no, we didn't have any money growing up.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So were you living in sort of a bad neighborhood too, or?
No, it wasn't a bad neighborhood, but it was not I mean, we're talking low middle class, working class, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue collar types.
Blue collar, yeah, for sure.
So when you're at your low in high school, how do you turn this ship around?
So it was actually
you don't strike me as somebody who would carry a deadly weapon.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have it for malicious reasons, but it was more because I thought it was cool. You know,
Was it a gun, a firearm?
no, it was a knife. It was a knife.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean when I say like, I wasn't. I was completely a follower in this situation. I was not a person that thought with my own thoughts.
You were like angry at me for saying gun. I feel like you're like, oh no,
Don't make me sound like that.
like a butterfly knife?
No, it was a pen knife.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a pen that if you pull it apart, a blade comes out.
Oh, see, that just is. Yeah, that's okay.
Not a big deal, right?
That sounds way
not a big deal.
fine, yeah.
And that's what I told the judge. I said, "This is not a big deal. Look, I've got 3 of them right now."
That's hilarious. So
Yeah.
how did you turn it around, though?
Well, I went on probation for like 15 months. That'll do it, man. And the judge, I had a judge say to me, this is, I've seen you way too often.
Yeah.
And so he basically said to me, if I see you again, I will put you I will put you in jail for a year.
Oh, geez.
Basically. And like, I'm in the courtroom and I'm standing next to my dad and I'm just weeping and just like, I was just 18. And, so I sort of went completely like, away from all that bad stuff for that amount of time, for 15 months. And really it was that time when like I really started to write stand-up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.